Good morning, or grand rising for all of you that like that wordage. Currently 7:51 a.m. I actually woke up around 4. I just could not sleep. My mind was running, and I think it's because this weekend is my daughter's first birthday. And my head is just like reeling. Okay, so I woke up around 4. I went to sleep around like 6:30. And then I woke up not too long ago because this little love bug right here started just sitting up and clapping. Amazing. But I just thought about something. I really love the 4, what it's called. Oh, the 4 Agreementz. Jesus Christ. It is one of my favorite books to return to when I can. And usually it's on audio. I think the first time I read it might have been the actual book. But after that, I just started listening to it as an audiobook. And I would just return to it here and there when I needed, some insight. And what I usually did was I'll close my eyes in a really woo-woo way. I would just say, hey, angels, universe, spirit, guides, God, whomever is listening, please show me what I need to hear right now. So I'll close my eyes and then I'll just either scrub or scroll down to a chapter or whatever, a passage, and just listen to what it tells me. And sometimes it applies and sometimes it doesn't directly apply, but it's exactly what I needed to hear in that moment. I make it fit. But I like to think I'm a pretty insightful person, so I think everything in that book is actually applicable at any time in life. And if you haven't read the 4 Agreementz, it's literally, for me personally, is one of the most life-changing books I've ever read. What are the 4 Agreementz? Let me see if I can think of them without having to look. Yes, love. Everyone can hear you. Clap, clap, clap. Okay. Of course she gets loud right now. Yay. Okay. I can't wait to share this book with Brooklyn when she starts understanding. I mean, maybe there is a baby version of it. And I can start instilling those lessons now-ish. Or not now, but when she starts to understand a little bit. Anyway. Okay, let's see if I can remember the 4, not in any particular order. One of my favorite ones is don't take things personally. Because I think that I've grown up thinking I was the victim or victimizing myself, and that could have been a result of my upbringing. Not saying that my mom did a bad job, but just saying, I think it's that generation too. The generation that my mom and Ling were brought up in, I personally think lacks a bit of self-awareness. I think they're considered boomers. And yeah, sometimes it's just easier to blame something outside of yourself instead of you. No one really wants to blame themselves or say, I'm the problem. But we really have to take a look inside and see if these things are being done to us with malice. So yeah, don't take things personally. Once I really started applying that to my life, things just seemed lighter and a little bit brighter. Also, side note, if it sounds like I have a lisp, it's because I'm wearing my Invisalign retainers that are currently broken. So instead of just 2 pieces, I put them into 3 pieces. And it's like, yeah, Jacqueline, just go get a fucking new one, you ghetto ass bitch. But no, I'd rather spend my money on other shit right now. And, you know, my teeth look fine. They're okay. It's like not high on my priority list, although might not be the most hygienic. Whatever. I mean, I should probably get that done at some point. Anyway, where was I? Okay, so don't take things personally. I would say, like, top favorite of the 4 Agreementz. Oh, and the 4 Agreementz was written by, I'm gonna butcher this name, Paulo Coelho? Coelho? I don't know. I'll look it up and I'll probably put it in the description or something. Okay, second agreement. First, don't take things personally. Be impeccable with your word. Basically, don't talk shit, right? Which in the Filipino community, gossip is, you know, one of the things, I guess, that we're known for other than nursing. It's called chismis, or being chismosa. And I remember when I was younger too, I had a best friend, and, you know, it's just like, I read somewhere that for Filipinos, chismis isn't like, it's not done with malice. It's more like a way of bonding for Filipino people. But as I grew older, I just didn't like it. It just felt wrong to talk to people behind their backs in not a great way. So listen, I'm not perfect, but I really do my fucking best to not be a dick. And, you know, if I do talk shit about people, I also know I'm not perfect, so I'm gonna, like, counter it with talking some shit about myself or some self-deprecating shit. Whatever. Anyway, second one is be impeccable with your word. And I think that even goes for, like, how we talk about ourselves. I don't know if that's mentioned in the book. I can't remember. But I'll add that if that's not in there. Watch how you talk about yourself. Watch how you talk to yourself. Because you really do start believing the shit that you tell and believe yourself. Yeah. What else? Okay. Be impeccable with your word. He talks about how gossip is called, like, black magic. And when you gossip, that's like wishing black magic onto someone else. There's this really powerful example that he gives. And every time I listen to it or I read it, it makes me cry. And it's in one of the earlier chapters. I don't know if, like, be impeccable with your word was, like, chapter 1 or something, but I just remember every time I hear this, I get really choked up. And sometimes I even cry while I read it. He gives this example about this mother and daughter. And this mom comes home from work. She has a really bad headache. And the daughter just starts singing, you know. And she loves to sing, and she's just being loud, and she's happy and joyful. She's being a kid. And the mom says something to the effect of, stop singing, your voice is ugly, right? And so the whole daughter's life from then on, she grew up to believe that her voice was ugly, You know, she wouldn't sing. She wasn't confident singing. She was shy in that way. And I don't know, that really resonated with me because I had an experience like that. And it's, you know, when I was younger, and it really does shape you. I did grow up to believe that I'm not much of a singer. Even though I've taken so many lessons and everything, instructors would tell me the same exact thing. And I think it's really fed into my belief that, you know, like, I'm not good at this. So usually, this is really vulnerable right now, but usually when I do sing, like in karaoke or whatever, it's usually like jokey songs because I know I have a very specific voice. I know that my voice isn't the best. I know I'm not the fucking greatest singer. I'm not trying to be, man. I'm just trying to have fun and like live. But like when I do karaoke, and not saying I don't love these songs anyway, but when I do karaoke or I sing in front of people, it's usually like Cyndi Lauper, Madonna, like No Doubt, you know? It's songs with, I don't know if it's called like my particular tone, but they're funner songs, right? They're a little bit like, oh, you don't have to be the best singer to carry this song or to, yeah. And I think that really did come from people just telling me that my voice was annoying or that it hurt their ears. And yeah, I'm actually quoting things that have been said to me. Not trying to victimize myself. I am just merely giving this as an example of how powerful words are, even if we don't think that they are. But also not to take things personally, because usually those things aren't because of us. You know, like a lot of people's actions are 99%. I'm going to say 99.9% based on how that person feels about themselves and not us. Maybe it's a reflection of something that they see in themselves that they want to fix, that they don't like. Maybe they do like it and they recognize that in themselves, or it's something that they've grown out of. And a lot of what I'm talking about also is what I learned in my early therapy days. One of my earliest therapists, I think even my first therapist, told me about the 4 agreements, and yeah, like I said, changed my fucking life. Okay, move on, Jacqueline. Third agreement is, what's the third agreement? Don't take things personally. Be impeccable with your word. Oh, don't make assumptions. Bro, that one changed my life too. It all bleeds into each other, right? Like, don't take things personally. Be impeccable with your word. Don't make assumptions. Don't make assumptions and don't take things personally, I think, are closely linked to each other. And I think what I'm talking about is like the don't make assumptions. Don't assume that like you know everything. Don't assume that just because someone says something, that's exactly what they mean or that was their intention. People are often thinking about themselves. Unless they are like extremely selfless and like you get nothing out of it, it's hard to really say if something really is about the other person. You know, like sometimes, like I said, it's a reflection of someone, maybe a past experience, maybe their past selves that they recognize or that they don't fuck with, and that's why they don't like it. Yes, exactly, love. Yes. You want to say something again? Uh-huh. Okay, thank you. And don't take things personally. Just the same with don't make assumptions. Those, I know I'm going to keep saying those two changed my life, but they really did. Think about it. If we didn't make assumptions and we were curious, right? Like after I heard don't take things personally, or no, sorry, don't make assumptions. You okay, babe? Hold on. I started getting really curious with people. I started asking them like, oh, like, what did you mean by that? Or can you rephrase that, please? Especially if it's something that, like, you know, I don't think that that person intended to hurt me or intended to make shit weird or whatever. Like, I'll ask for clarification. I'll, like, dig a little deeper and ask, like, what they meant by it, just because, I don't know, taking things personally makes things feel so heavy. Right? And it's like, again, it's that victimhood mentality. And I think that's something that I'm really just trying to grow out of. I've been trying to grow out of for years now. And, you know, like it rears its ugly head back up here and there. But for the most part, I really feel like I'm working on that. That's something that I want to, at least. It's something that I don't want to instill in my daughter. Playing the victim has kept me in a non-growth position, you know? It keeps you stuck. It keeps you, I don't even want to say satisfied, but like content where you are, and just, it's like you want to hold on to that trauma. You want to hold on to the excuses or whatever. I don't know if this is making any sense at all. I'm just kind of going by my gut and my fucking, like, 2 hours of sleep right now. Okay. What was the last one? Always do your best. This is, I don't want to say it's my least favorite, but it's not one of my faves, but either way, like, still, I basically love that it's telling you to just show the fuck up for yourself. I forget what he says there. Like, I think it's because I feel as if I do my best, but also, like, could I do better? Yeah, I could do a lot things probably better, but do I have the capacity for it? I think he mentions that too, where it's like your best, our best will look different day to day, depending on like our moods or, you know, what happens that day or whatever. Just always do your best. Okay, so that is like the first time I remembered all 4 agreements this quickly. First one, this is in no particular order. Actually, let me rank them from the dopest one to the one that's all right. Although this is not a competition between the 4 agreements, it's just like what resonates with me the most. Number 1 is don't take things personally. Love. Number 2, don't make assumptions. Number 3, be impeccable with your word. And number 4, always do your best. Number 3, be impeccable with your word. Also, they say not to lie. Other than, oh my God, Brooklyn, please. Jesus Christ. I forgot to add that number whatever number it is. But don't be a chismosa. Don't lie. Don't lie is my favorite. Like, I love honesty. And it can be delivered in a great way where, like, you know, it's empathetic and soft. It doesn't, even if it's a harsh reality, even if it's like a really fucked up thing that you're afraid to say, there is a way to communicate it, you know, in a way that's understood and respectful and sweet and kind. By the way, I don't really necessarily believe in the word nice. I think nice is like kind of manipulative at times. I believe in kindness. But I do feel like people are nice. And I will usually say that when I don't know the person that well. Like, oh yeah, they're really nice. I hope people don't say that about me. Because I guess I am like a nice person. But I like to feel like I'm a kind person. Or if not, I'm just a bitch. And I'm okay with that too. Yes. But as long as I'm being authentic, you know. So nice, I don't know. Where was I? Okay, so here's my ranking of the 4 agreements based on my own personal preferences and no one else's. Number 1 is don't take things personally. Number 2 is don't make assumptions. Number 3 is be impeccable with your word. Yes. It's interesting because a lot of people think that I'm a liar or I'm a good fabricator because I'm an actor, which couldn't be further from the truth. For me personally, I'm sure there are actors out there that are amazing liars and amazing improvisers. Don't consider myself to be one of those people. Like on the spot kind of shit. And why I really don't like lies or dishonesty, if I can avoid it, is because you have to keep building upon it and building upon that fucking lie. And to me, that just seems like mentally and spiritually and emotionally fucking exhausting. That doesn't even sound fun to lie. And then like for what? For fucking what? Like I just don't understand. Like, are you gonna get $1 million out of it? Like, is it worth it? I don't know, man. There's just something that rubs me the wrong way about lies or dishonesty. And I can tell when a person is being dishonest. And I can tell when a person is putting a false sense of self or being performative. And maybe that's why I'm not good at social media, because I don't know how to I don't know what it is. I just don't know how to fabricate things to make them like look beautiful or to make them like, oh my God, is everyone gonna like this? Like, I really don't give a shit, man. Social media is full of fucking lies. It's full of filters. And yeah, I've used filters. Of course, I want to look beautiful in my photos. Don't use them all the time, but sometimes I need a little zhuzh, and that's fucking okay. But I just, the dishonesty aspect in the grand scheme of everything is just, I feel like we've lost integrity. And there's always an end goal, or there's always something that we need to get out of it. And I don't know, it just kind of makes things not as beautiful. Sometimes, yeah, honesty does hurt, and honesty isn't the beautiful thing, but it's a thing that needs to be said. It's the truth, I don't even like white lies, truly. Like, what the fuck is a white lie? It's just a lie. Just because you call it white. First of all, why is it gotta be white? Is white like the most innocent color? If we're gonna get into fucking race, is white the most innocent fucking color? Is it? Oh my God, that's gonna get me into shit, isn't it? But no, truly, a white lie is still a fucking lie. I'm not a good liar. Thank God. Thank fucking God, because I love that I'm not good at it, because then I can't do it. And then I'm forced to be honest and maybe deliver it in a way that, feels good to me and doesn't feel icky, or if it does feel kind of icky, kind of just like accept that. Accept the ick for like a half a second and move on with my life. But yeah, man, lying, dishonesty, just don't feel right to me in my soul personally. Number 4 is always do your best. But like I said, I like to think I do my best, bitch, all the time. But it could be better. Always. Everything could always be better, but we are not perfect. And by whose standards is best anyway? Like my best could be someone's fucking baseline. Someone else's baseline could be my mid. We gotta stop using these fucking, what is it called? Like superlatives, even though I use them all the time. Yeah. I don't even know if this was a fun episode. Do you guys like the 4 Agreementz? Let me know if you like that book, because I will say it again and again. If you have not read it, it will change your fucking life. And it will hit you differently every time you read it, because you'll be in a different place in your life and you'll read it again. And it just I don't know. It just affects your life experience in that moment, in the present moment, differently. And you get something new out of it each time. I love that book. That's the one I'll recommend, and I'm not a reader. Have not read that book. Have not read it with my eyes, but I have listened to it multiple times over the past 6 years, since right before the pandemic. It's an amazing, amazing, amazing life-changing book, perspective-changing book. It'll just make you feel like a lighter human being. And like I said, I'm not perfect with keeping up these agreements every single day of my life, but when I remember them and when I reflect back on the lessons, I just am so grateful for it. I can't even explain why. It just resonates with me so much. And if it's helped anyone else, please let me know, because yeah, I hope it's helped you the way it's helped me and the way it's helped a million other people. And my therapist said that, my current therapist says that he hasn't read it, but he's kind of young and hip, so maybe this book is a little before his time, but I think that he would get a lot out of it, and I think he would love it, actually. Anyway, that is my early AM thoughts. A grand rising to all of you. A grand rising to me. A grand rising to my daughter, who's going to be 1 soon, and I want to cry. Thank you for listening. If you've listened this far, please share, subscribe, comment, review it, whatever. Love you. Thank you. Bye.